Good evening, wrestling fans, and welcome back to the Nation Network. Tonight, it's the Royal Rumble, and this is the kickoff show. We're going to be kicking things off with the first television title defense right here on the Royal Rumble as we take a look at Dragon Lee, the challenger tonight, in what promises to be a tremendous matchup to kick things off. We look ahead to what we're going to be seeing tonight. Not one, but two Royal Rumbles. One featuring the women, one featuring the men. The winners of each of those will be able to name their opponent for WrestleMania.
Well, I'll tell you right now, everybody is looking forward to that. The Royal Rumble, probably one of the most anticipated events of the calendar year. Why? Because we have no idea what's going to happen. And if recent history is anything to judge by, we don't know who's going to happen.
Indeed, the Royal Rumble has been one of the most spontaneous events year after year, raising the bar each time, and tonight we expect it'll be no different. Fasten your seatbelt, fans. It is going to be an incredible night of professional wrestling here on the Nation Network.
Do you know what cool is?
As we get a look at the reigning television champion,
well, Carlito's got that title. He won it in a tournament, convincingly so. Shocked the world. I don't think he was favored to come out of that thing as a champion, but guess what? He did.
Right away, you start to see a numbers advantage. Carlito might be going into a one-on-one match, but if you're Dragon Lee, you've got to be aware of the fact that other members of Judgment Day are ringside.
Yeah, he's definitely traveling with an entire posse right now, and that is an advantage, even if they don't get involved. Doesn't matter. It's got to be in the head of Dragon Lee, and you've already got enough to focus on.
Let's send it up to the ring announcer, kick things off.
Introducing the challenger from Jalisco, Mexico, weighing in at 165 pounds, Dragon Lee!
Crowd solidly behind the challenger.
And his opponent from San Juan, Puerto Rico, weighing in at 220 pounds, the WWE Television Champion, Carlito!
Well, a little bit of a mixed reaction there for the champion. Not that I think he cares.
He has grown very attached to this championship since winning that tournament, and to give it up tonight, I'm not sure Carlito would ever be able to come back from that.
Well, there's something about being the first ever, and in this case, not just the first, but the only ever WWE Television Champion. So Carlito's going to want to hang on to that thing with both hands.
Bell sounds, action's underway, and here we go, kicking off the kickoff show for the Royal Rumble. We talk about the matches to look forward to tonight, and of course, not one but two Rumble matches. Sandwiched in between that, we're going to see Cody Rhodes going up against Kevin Owens in a ladder match. The Winged Eagle title, the WWE World title, both hanging high above the ring. Which of those two men will be able to secure the gold, bring it down, and lay claim to being the champion?
Well, as we know, Kevin Owens hasn't won anything. He stole a title that was only supposed to be around for one night.
Big knee lift right there. Carlito follows it up with a clothesline here on the floor. Both men going to have to pay attention to the referee's count if they don't want to get counted out. If you're Carlito, you can afford to get counted out and still retain the championship.
That's what they refer to as the champion's advantage, and it really is an advantage.
Going for the cover. I doubt he's done nearly enough. Out the back door easily. And now Dragon Lee having his face rubbed into the mat.
Yeah, he's wearing a mask. I don't know how effective that's going to be.
Carlito sizing up the opposition in the corner, follows him up with a clothesline. As members of the Judgment Day watch on from ringside. Hurricane Runner nicely done.
Well, both of these guys are very much familiar with the Lucha Libre style. That's where they come from. That is their roots in many ways, especially when it comes to Dragon Lee.
Nice move right there by Carlito, the champion, showing why he is the champion. Goes for the elbow again, this time nobody home, and now Dragon Lee going to see if he can capitalize on the mistake. There's the Irish whip into the turnbuckle he goes, and he hit hard. Challenger now follows up with a big forearm right to the face, and comes up with a kick, and look at Carlito battling back.
Well, you don't get to be a champion by accident, and again, I can't say enough how impressed I was that Carlito came out of that tournament as the television champion.
Going for a cover now after dropping him across the top rope. Again, a 1 count. Carlito looking around, perhaps looking for advice from ringside. Dragon Lee fighting his way out of the front face lock. Nicely done. Oh, and a knee strike to the head. The champion has been rocked. And now, Dragon Lee having some words. Sets him up. Oh, and that reverse DDT goes for the cover. Will that be enough? He's got 2. We've got a new champion. We've got a new champion.
Holy cow, just like that, we kick things off.
Here is your winner, and the WWE Television Champion, Dragon Lee.
History made here at the kickoff show as we crown a new champion.
Well, we know it's going to be that kind of night.
No doubt about it, fans. Stick around. We're going to bring you the Royal Rumble, and it's next.
The head of the table, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Acknowledge me.
No one in over 35 years has held a world title longer than Roman Reigns. Still alive!
The ultimate needle mover in God mode himself. This is my ring, my WWE.
Who can stop the head of the table? Roman Reigns, what could this possibly mean for the bloodline?
Consequences need change.
Solo Sikoa has built an unstoppable machine. Roman Reigns has been sacrificed at the altar of Solo.
Like a phoenix rising from the ashes.
Candice LeRae making her way down the aisle to the ring, waiting to find out who drew number 2. It's an uphill battle when you come in the top 2, but it's not unsurmountable. We've seen it happen before.
Well, not only have we seen it happen before, but I'll tell you what else we've seen. We've seen people who are not supposed to win this thing win it, coming in at number 1, number 2. Guys like Rey Mysterio Jr., smallest guy in the whole thing, won the whole thing, went on to win the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania.
Indeed, that's what it's all about. Opportunity, and this is what the Royal Rumble provides. 30 different superstars. And here comes number 2.
Introducing the individual who drew number 2 from the Philippines, Kaden Carter.
Well, these 2 ladies are going to have their work cut out for them. They're going to have to figure it out. They're going to have to outlast 29 others. Can they do it? We know they can. It's been done. There's a precedent. Is it going to happen here tonight? We're going to have to wait and see. I wouldn't bet my money on it, though.
Yeah, I don't think Vegas has very strong betting odds for number 1 or 2 winning the Rumble. you want to put some money down and have a chance at really increasing it, then that would probably be the way to go, but I wouldn't do it.
I would, with your money.
Yeah, I'm not going to let that happen, so. All right, fans, this is the event that we look forward to all year long. The Royal Rumble, and it is officially underway. Carter hits the ropes, and LeRae just ate that boot right in the corner. And we are getting ready for our next entrant. Who's it going to be?
Can hardly wait to find out.
Oh my goodness!
As the man said, business just picked up. It is Nia Jax, and this is bad news.
Candice LeRae over the top rope, and she's hanging on for all she's worth. Nia Jax almost immediately eliminating one of the top two entries.
Well, she is single-handedly handling both of these opponents. Look at her just throwing them around like rag dolls. Now, if somebody might go in the top three all the way to the finals, I would bet my money on Nia Jax.
Oh, take a look at this. Zelina Vega is joining the Rumble at number 4. Once again over the top rope, and I don't know what to say right now. The Pixie is getting thrown all around and been over the top rope on more than one occasion.
Well, Candice LeRae is definitely, well, no, I was going to say she was the smallest, but not now that Zelina's in there. Zelina's the smallest.
Oh, what's this? Zoe Stark.
Well, this ring's starting to fill up now. We're up to 5. Nobody eliminated yet, but I'll tell you, Candice has been on the ring apron on a couple of occasions.
Zoe Stark, the smallest, going up against Nia Jax, the largest. And here she goes. This could be a problem right here. Double team. She is hanging on for all she's worth. Io Sky comes in. And Zelina Vega managing to stay off elimination, at least for the moment.
A lot of bodies in that ring right now. It's an even number, so with any luck, everybody will have a partner. But there are no friends in the Royal Rumble. We know that from history.
Absolutely. We have seen friendships not only born, but broken. As we get ready for the next entry into the Royal Rumble. Jasmine Nix, oh, we've got an elimination.
Well, number 1 is the first one gone, and that kind of, I hate to say it, but a little bit suspected.
And now Io's got Jasmine on the apron, couldn't put her away. And it's Asuka.
Well, you've got Asuka and Io Sky in the ring together. I wonder if they're going to work together. These two ladies have been part of Damage Control for a very long time. A lot of history there. They may end up, again, there's no friendships in the Royal Rumble. And I don't know how much you want to trust that kind of friendship. But it wouldn't hurt them to work together to get somebody like Nia Jax out.
And that's exactly what's happening right now. We've got 2-on-1 with Nia Jax, who hangs on. That's Fallon Henley joining the fray. Jasmine Nix managing to stay off elimination once again. Fallon Henley going after Nia Jax.
Well, it's everyone went for themselves in this one.
And we've got an elimination. Jasmine Nix is gone. as the action continues on here in the ring.
Well, I don't know about anybody else. I'm a little bit surprised to see that Zelina Vega's still in this thing. She's the flyweight in this matchup.
Drop kick into the corner. Asuka going down. And look at this. Kairi Sane lighting them up. Zoe Stark has been eliminated.
Doesn't look real happy about it either, does she?
Look who's back. It's Jade Cargill.
Apparently off the injured reserve list, Jade Cargill is back for the Rumble.
And goes right after Nia Jax. Many people speculate the person that may have been behind the backstage attack.
Well, it's speculation. You have no evidence. You have no proof.
Candice Carter still in there, came in at number 2. How much longer can she manage? Look at this, Fallon Henley opening up on her. Fallon Henley going at it with the big girls. And it's Bayley.
I'll tell you right now, it's hard to call the action, but it's so much fun to watch it.
Fallon Henley hanging on for dear life right now. Nia Jax looking to put her out. Jade Cargill, thank you for coming.
Well, that didn't last long at all. Bayley just eliminated Jade Cargill. She can't believe it.
And now look at this. There she goes. All the bodies are starting to go now. Asuka and Bayley locking up. There's a rivalry from years gone by. And thus far, we have not seen that teamwork between Kairi Sane and Asuka that we thought we might. Oh, look at this. Kairi's on the apron now. Carter going to try and eliminate her if she can. Asuka now is in trouble. She's hanging on for all she's worth. Valhalla has hit the battle, and there it goes.
The Empress of Tomorrow is not going to be the Empress of WrestleMania.
Kairi's on the apron, maybe joining her tag team partner since they didn't work together. They made, as the old saying goes, divided we fall. Is that Raquel Rodriguez?
Well, the power's starting to come in now. Now you got the size and the strength.
Nia Jax came in at number 3. She is still in there. No one's been able to eliminate her. A force of nature. Raquel Rodriguez may not be staying long. It's a 2-on-1. She hangs on to the bottom rope, and they are still trying to eliminate her. She will not go. Nikki Cross.
Nikki Cross of the Wyatt Six. Talk about a wild child here. You got one.
Hayden Carter, she's been in there since number 2. Hanging on to the top rope. Nia Jax at number 3 still in there as well. And there goes Bayley. Clothesline. Nikki Cross, thanks for coming.
Well, we've had a couple of them now trying to take away the record for the shortest ever in a Rumble.
Oh, they are dropping now. That's 3 quick. And now Io Sky, add that name to the list of those eliminated here tonight.
Just like that, we're down to 4. A minute ago, the ring was full.
Well, that's what the Rumble's all about. Fallon Henley looking really good against Nia Jax, who's been in there since number 3. And now Fallon Henley lines up Raquel Rodriguez. Blair Davenport.
She's coming in. She's completely fresh. All of these other women have one thing in common. They've been in there a long time. And there goes Nia Jax.
Raquel Rodriguez eliminates the force of nature. That was right. Nia Jax, and there goes Valhalla.
You know, one thing we see right now, the momentum, when bodies start going over that top rope, that momentum goes quickly.
Lyra Valkyria storming into the ring.
No love lost between her and Fallon Henley, I can tell you right now. NXT.
Blair Davenport, another one. Doesn't make it long here in the Rumble. Fallon Henley is out and done. And not too happy about it, I don't mind saying. There are only 2 in the ring right now. And it's Natalya. Into the turnbuckle. Big power slam, nicely done by Natalya. Now going after the power that is Raquel Rodriguez.
Well, Natty's no slouch when it comes to the power department. She's a strong woman.
No doubt about it, and a technically sound one as well. Now, technical wrestling here in the Royal Rumble, not necessarily going to be the thing that gets it done. You do need a certain amount of strength, timing, finesse, and she has all of that as Mi Chin now enters the Rumble.
You know, I lost track of the number one, but we're getting there.
Nice reverse leg sweep right there by Valkyria. And in the meantime, Natty's got Raquel Rodriguez. And it's a double team. Lyra's going to join her.
Well, that's smart right there. You want to put these powerful people out. You want to get them out of there so they're not a danger anymore.
Yeah, Nia Jax found out the hard way what happens. And Bianca Belair officially now in the Rumble. A lot of action taking place in this one, ladies and gentlemen. Which of these women is going to end up going to WrestleMania? Went for a big boot, nobody was home. Io Sky, or I beg your pardon, Kairi Sane has hit the ring. Block shot, nicely done right there by Mi Chin.
Well, we got the body count back up again. Now it's up to 6 in the ring. But we have seen that happen before, and then all of a sudden half of the Rumble empties out.
It's Carmella making her return after years out.
There were rumblings. I was wondering if it was going to happen.
Carmella returning to the WWE. And Lyra Valkyria has been put out by Bianca Belair.
I got to tell you, Lyra was one of my dark horse favorites. I really thought she might have a shot here.
It's legendary Hall of Famer Lita.
Well, one thing about the Rumble over the years, we've always had opportunities for shocks, surprises, and just overall good moments. And having Lita showing up in the Rumble is always going to be a good moment.
Big boot right to the face, courtesy of Shin. And now Lita may be going, and she's out that quickly. More bodies hitting the floor. Dakota coming in, and there goes Raquel Rodriguez. And Shin is eliminated.
What did I just say a moment ago? All of a sudden, they just go flying out of the match, and now look what you're left with.
Kairi Sane attacking from behind. Dakota with a double stop on Natalya. Has her lined up, went for the big boot. Natty able to get out of the way of that one. It's Charlotte Flair. She has returned. Big shoulder block, and down goes Charlotte. Forearm shiver right to the head. Natty and Charlotte, not only no strangers to one another, but their families going way back. And somewhere in the mix, Dakota was eliminated as well. Ooh. That's Tessa Blanchard! I can't believe it! That's Tessa Blanchard!
Tessa Blanchard from TNA has entered the Rumble.
And now Kairi is eliminated. Tessa Blanchard with Natalya. Eliminates her. There is a code breaker. And now look at this. She goes after Charlotte Flair.
Well, this one writes itself. You got Blanchard going up against Flair. Their dads were both members of the Four Horsemen.
Nice reversal right there. And Becky Lynch, by the way, sneaking into this thing. Tessa Blanchard attacking Charlotte Flair from behind.
She is going after Flair with a passion now.
Both of those ladies up on the top rope. What in the world is Tessa Blanchard thinking? Alexa Bliss has returned to the WWE. And now the Queen on the apron. Carmella perhaps saving Charlotte unwittingly. Jordan Grace from the world of TNA. There's a clothesline, and Charlotte has been eliminated by Tessa Blanchard.
Charlotte does not look at all happy about it either.
top and into the corner. And now look at this. Jordan Grace with Tessa Blanchard. No love lost between these two, I can tell you that. Roxanne Perez comes in at number 30. Which of these women is going to be the winner of the Royal Rumble?
Carmella got put on the apron, and now Tessa Blanchard is racked up. Jordan Grace has got it.
Becky Lynch now tying up. Back elbow finds the mark, and Tessa Blanchard survives. Roxanne Perez now with Tessa Blanchard. Battle going on in the corner right now. Tessa Blanchard fighting for her life. Roxanne Perez, and there's an elimination. Alexa Bliss is gone. Jordan Grace almost over the top rope, but she manages to hang on.
We are down to 5 right now. One of these 5 is going to be the winner. Which one? Don't know. We'll find out.
And look at the TNA twosome going to work. And now, from out of nowhere, Roxanne Perez. Jordan Grace, and just drops Tessa Blanchard.
Like the proverbial bad habit.
Hard to believe it, but look who's still in this match.
Yeah, but for how much longer?
In the corner, and Tessa Blanchard. Look at Carmella fighting for all she's worth. The time off doesn't seem to have any ring rust whatsoever. She's doing an amazing job here. Into the turnbuckle, and now Tessa Blanchard dropped right behind Jordan Grace, who got clipped. Tessa Blanchard sends Carmella over the top to the floor. Now there are 3.
The Queen of Diamonds.
And now it is Tessa and Roxanne. Irish whip to the ropes, reversal, nicely done. Back elbow, and Jordan Grace just got rocked.
Well, Roxy is in trouble right now. Jordan Grace going to take her all the way to the corner, it looks like.
Roxanne Perez, pop rock, no, she got her, she got it. Blanchard in the corner. Meantime, on the opposite side. Oh, big up kick right there by Roxanne Perez. Buys her some time. Blanchard got involved in that one, but now pays the price. And from behind, Roxanne Perez takes advantage.
Well, here's the thing. Earlier we talked about there was an even number and everyone has a partner. Now it's an odd number, and you have to always have your eyes in the back of your head because you just don't know where it's going to come from.
Case in point, Jordan Grace dropping her on the back of her head, and now Tessa Blanchard in trouble. Tessa Blanchard has got Jordan Grace in the corner, and Jordan Grace not going to go down that easily. In the meantime, Roxanne Perez with a head scissor. Oh, Roxanne is in trouble. Thank you for coming. And from behind, Jordan Grace just took her out.
Well, the two finalists are representatives of TNA.
Big clothesline now, and Jordan Grace going up against Tessa Blanchard. Which one of these two is going to punch their ticket for WrestleMania?
Big mistake right there by Jordan Grace. She allowed Tessa to stay in this thing when she didn't have to.
To the ropes, back out front corner. Tilt-a-whirl slam. Oh, and Jordan Grace comes charging back.
Tessa Blanchard celebrating a little early on that one.
Irish whip to the ropes, back out front, drop down, nicely done. Tried to go for the belly to belly, that's not happening. And now Jordan Grace trying to do what 29 others have failed to do.
Jordan and Tessa really going at one another here.
There's the cutter. She could be setting up for it. This is the Magnum. She didn't catch it flush.
No, she didn't. If she would have, believe me, this thing would be done.
Tessa Blanchard now with a clothesline. And now into the turnbuckle we go.
Round and round.
Back elbow finds the mark. Tessa Blanchard. Talk about your reputation preceding you. There's a bear hug.
Well, it doesn't matter. She taps out.
Jordan Grace, for all she's worth, squeezing away on Tessa Blanchard. She does tap out, but to your point, over the top rope, both feet must hit the floor. The Juggernaut driver, perhaps. There it is.
Things not going too well for Tessa right now. She's going to have to find an answer and do it quickly.
Over the top and eliminated. There's the winner of the Royal Rumble.
Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. We've seen it. Jordan Grace from TNA is the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble, and she will punch her ticket.
The head of the table, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Acknowledge me.
No one in over 35 years has held a world title longer than Roman Reigns.
Still alive. The ultimate needle mover in John Bone himself. This is my ring, my WWE.
Who can stop the head of the table? Roman Reigns once again. What could this possibly mean for the bloodline?
Consequences need change.
Solo Sikoa has built an unstoppable machine. Roman Reigns has been sacrificed at the altar of Solo.
Like a phoenix rising from the ashes.
Holy hell!
Represent Canada, weighing in at 266 pounds, the WWE Champion, Kevin Owens!
And Cody not going to waste any time.
Yeah, I think Cody might have seen that shirt.
This thing has been personal, and they're wasting absolutely no time at all. Kicking this thing off. Both championship titles are hanging above the ring. One of these two men is going to climb the ladder to success and pull that thing down.
And then later in the night, we're going to find out who it might be challenging them.
Indeed, the winner of this match is a likely person to find out who their opponent will be at WrestleMania. Not necessarily, but you got to believe. Steel ladder right to the head, and Kevin Owens has been busted open. The blood flowing down the face of Kevin Owens.
He just hit him with that rude awakening, and that'll definitely get the attention.
Cody with that running knee right up against that injured forehead, and there's the ladder again. Seeing that t-shirt has incensed Cody Rhodes as he suplexes Kevin Owens on the ladder.
Well, this match started out the only way that it possibly could have. There's no love lost between these two guys.
Boot to the midsection, and now Cody, what's he got in mind? Clothesline by Kevin Owens. The back and forth battle continues on right here, and it's Cody with the ladder. Thus far, he's used it as a weapon more than a tool. There's a clothesline. The prize fighter head first into that ladder, and that open cut on the head of Kevin Owens only getting worse.
Well, that's what's going to happen. It's not going to get better as he's getting hit with a steel ladder over and over again.
That ladder now set up in the ring. Cody all the way out to the floor, and that is going to give Kevin a chance to try and secure the championship titles. Can he pull them down? This could be over very quickly.
He's up there, and he's got both of them. Undoing that combination that they put up there is not easy.
And now Cody up there with him. And Kevin Owens takes the plunge. Pedigree.
Oh, Cody, I tell you what, if I were you, I would have gone for it right there.
Kevin Owens back to his feet. Cody waits on him. Missile drop kicks him into the ladder. And Kevin Owens in trouble.
It is very much personal between these two men, and seeing that dusty t-shirt has absolutely incensed Cody Rhodes.
Running knee strike, and it is all about WrestleMania. But right now, tonight, it's about going to WrestleMania as the champion. Which of these two men is going to get to do that? And now Kevin Owens with a moonsault, and it connects.
Follows it up with a big splash, and now Cody in trouble.
Stomped head first in, and now Cody Rhodes busted open. And a DDT. This indeed has become a full-on blood feud between these two men. What is Cody Rhodes going to do? He's climbing the ladder. He's got the belt in his hand. And now Kevin Owens up there with him. They fight it out on top of this ladder. Kevin is in trouble. Cody. Suplex off the top. Oh my God.
That just broke both men.
Well, the crowd chanting, this is awesome. I don't know if these guys think it's awesome. And now Cody Rhodes, he's got the belts. Can he pull him down? Kevin Owens takes the ladder out.
That's how close it was. That is how close it was.
Cody driving the head of Kevin Owens into the canvas again. The backstabber. The American Nightmare in trouble. Alabama Slam takes its toll on Kevin Owens, and now the prize fighter coming back. Cody sets him up. It's going to be another pedigree. Connects. Cody waiting for Kevin Owens to get back to his feet. Crossroads on the ladder. Oh my God.
That's it. He's done. You don't get up from that.
I don't know if Cody's got the position right. He's got the ladder. He's got the belts. Can he pull him down? He's done it. Cody Rhodes victorious here at the Royal Rumble.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your WWE and WWE Golden Champions, the American Cody.
We're going to be talking about this one for years to come. Cody Rhodes has beaten Kevin Owens here at the Rumble.
Well, let me tell everybody something. America is back. 2024 was a great year. And in 2025, we made the decision to make America great again. And what better way? With real American beer. We're bringing America back together in 2025 with real American beer. So what you gonna do when real American beer and all my Hulkamaniacs run wild on you?
The following contest is the Royal Rumble match. Now, the two superstars that drew number 1 and number 2 will start in the ring at the same time. Other superstars will join in the order that they drew. This will continue until all 30 superstars have entered the ring. Elimination occurs when you are thrown over the top rope with both feet landing on the floor. The last superstar in the ring will be declared the Royal Rumble winner and will go on to face the champion of their choice at WrestleMania!
Earlier tonight, fans, we saw the Women's Royal Rumble. Now it is time for the men to see who will punch their ticket for WrestleMania.
Well, everyone cannot wait to find out who it's going to be kicking things off. Don't call me Butch.
From Birmingham, England.
Pete Dunne making his way towards the ring. And I, for one, cannot wait to see him get rid of that stupid hat.
Very well documented. Pete Dunne not at all happy with the Butch nickname, and that is going to be going away. The countdown is on, ladies and gentlemen. 2K25 on the horizon. The Bruiserweight himself in the ring and ready to find out who drew number 2.
Well, as we mentioned during the Women's Rumble, being number 1, 2, hell, in the top 10 is not an enviable position. It's been done, but not that much.
She
When you think about people who came in at that early in entry and went on to, when you think about Rey Mysterio, you think about Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, people who have come in very early in the Rumble and managed to win it. So it can be done.
Introducing the individual who drew number 2, representing the Alpha Academy from Superior, Wisconsin, weighing in at 330 pounds.
As Otis makes his way, look at him sizing up the competition.
Well, whoever says size doesn't matter was not in the Royal Rumble.
Otis going to have a substantial advantage in the early going from a size standpoint. However, Pete Dunne is a master manipulator, and we're talking about the joints. If he goes after the knee of somebody like Otis, that's going to even things up very quickly as we are officially underway, and the size and strength advantage on display as Otis shoving him off and now walking him head first into the turnbuckle and early on. And now the Bruiserweight fighting back.
Yeah, but that power advantage right now is pretty determined.
Pete Dunne now on the receiving end of some heavy hits. Here's number 3, and look at this! The former leader, Chad Gable, now getting in there, and he and Otis with a history. I'm going to be curious to see if these two guys target one another here momentarily.
Well, that's why they're actually working together, and I got to tell you, I'm surprised.
No, it's not a bad strategy. Pete Dunne, oh look, it's Kane!
Holy cow, the Big Red Machine! We talked about it earlier on when Lita came out.
This is one of the events that brings the Hall of Famers back to the main. And there goes Pete Dunne. Number 1 in, number 1 out. And that size, strength advantage of Otis, we talked about it at the opening, and now it comes to fruition as Pete Dunne has been eliminated. And now these two guys are still working together somehow.
L.A. Knight, yeah!
L.A. Knight coming in, and he's got Otis over the top rope. Otis was ready, and look at Kane. Dropping Gable across the top rope. L.A. Knight now winding up the arm of Otis as the big man has him in trouble. L.A. Knight's in trouble. As Jimmy hits the ring. One half of the Usos. L.A. Knight in trouble. He manages to survive.
I thought he was gone. Big Red Machine, talking about size advantages. He's a monster of a man.
It's Finn Balor. It's the Demon.
Well, that's interesting because he channels a different place when he goes into demon mode. And look at this, the Demon and the Big Red Machine.
All the forces working together now as Uso. Clothesline, and there goes L.A. Knight, courtesy of Otis. Finn Balor's in trouble. That's Lexis King from NXT.
Finn Balor hanging on, and he manages to stay in the Rumble somehow.
Into the buckle. Uso in trouble. A nice move right there. Look at the double team. I can't believe that Otis and Gable, there's a nice sling blade, are working together. Oh, here it goes. Dirty Dom in the house. And this crowd looking forward to seeing him get thrown over the top rope for sure.
And it might not take long. Uso going to work on him in the corner. Meantime, Finn Balor's in trouble. The big red machine trying to eliminate him. Not enough room in this ring for two demons.
Russian leg sweep nicely done. And look at this. Otis getting hammered on by Lexus King. Otis, of course, the number 2 man in this thing. That's Ace Austin from TNA.
Ace Austin, the current X Division champion.
Sends Dom over the top. Oh, this crowd's going to love this guy if he can eliminate Dominic Mysterio. If you've not seen Ace Austin in action, he is a top performer anywhere you put him. And Mysterio managing to fight him off. And boy, oh boy, I'll tell you what, seeing these two guys in a one-on-one match someday wouldn't be bad.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I tell you, that'd be a phenomenal matchup.
The action right now starting to get heated up as Dirty Dom comes up with a Hurricane Rana. Kane trying to eliminate Uso in one corner. Dirty Dom with a nice Falcon Arrow delivered to Chad Gable. Rake of the back of Finn Balor.
Well, that's a demon right there. These are guys who have been members of the Judgment Day, so to see them turn on one another, kind of interesting.
As we stated early on, there are no friendships in the Royal Rumble. Double team coming up. Super kick. Otis is getting rocked.
Well, we saw it in the first Rumble, filled up with the ring, and then all of a sudden, multiple bodies go sailing over that top rope into the floor.
You have to think we're getting kind of to that point right now. Chad Gable's in trouble. Overhead belly-to-belly suplex nicely executed. Now the big red machine going for a choke slam. Oh, and Uso managing to get out of it just in the nick of time.
Just the fact that the big red machine
Dirty Dom and the Demon exchanging blows back and forth, and it makes you wonder, while there are no friends in the Royal Rumble, you can cause divisions amongst friends when the dust settles and the smoke clears, because only one can win at the end of the day.
Yeah, there can definitely be some bad vibes after this one's all said and done. Why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? How come you cost me the match? Everybody wants the same thing with the Royal Rumble. They want WrestleMania.
Well, a wise man, there goes Otis, nicely timed. A wise man once said, greed is good. And there goes Dirty Dom.
What did I tell you? The bodies hit the floor now.
Into the turnbuckle. Big right hand finds the mark. Drops him on the back of his head. Ace Austin now and Lexus King. Here's another great matchup. As the Fiend, or I beg your pardon, the Demon, with some elbows to the midsection. Lexus King tied up in the ropes. Ace Austin takes a look up the ramp to see who's coming up there next. Oh my goodness! Chad Gable is gone. Bronson Reed is in. Lexis King eliminated by Ace Austin. Who is going to WrestleMania?
Well, we're down to 4 in the ring now. There's a big super kick, and Uso's gone.
It's Solo Sikoa.
Solo Sikoa, the would-be tribal chief, except for the fact that he's not.
Bronson Reed now trying to take out Ace Austin. I think they're starting to realize Ace Austin is a force to be considered here in the Rumble. Maybe getting in under the radar because a lot of these guys haven't seen this man in action. But he's already eliminated WWE top talents. AJ Styles is in the Rumble.
And he attacks right away.
You know, we talk about this cross brand going on right now with TNA and WWE. AJ Styles, where do you think his loyalties lie?
Well, listen, he's had an amazing run here in the WWE. No one's going to ever say that. And it started at the Royal Rumble. But I gotta believe deep down inside he might be a TNA guy.
It's Goldberg! The return of Goldberg!
And Goldberg and Solo Sikoa matching up. What a match that would be.
Well, that's the thing about the Royal Rumble. We get all kinds of matchups that we either haven't ever seen before, wouldn't have imagined seeing before, or perhaps a chance to relive some classic rivalries. There's been a lot of talk about Goldberg coming back for one last run, and this could be it. Will it be all the way? As Jey Uso hits the ring.
Main event, Jey Uso with a shot to the head right there.
And now going after, of course, Solo Sikoa, wasting no time attacking his own brother. The Demon is gone. Goldberg on the apron. Battling it out now with AJ Styles. It's Braun Strowman. Ace Austin is gone. And Braun Strowman recently on Saturday night's main event on the receiving end of the most brutal beatdown at the hands of the Samoan Werewolf. Oh, and there goes Solo Sikoa eliminated.
Yeah, you got to think that's a little bit of a payback for what happened to him.
AJ is gone, courtesy of Goldberg. The bodies are flying right now. Jackhammer on Braun Strowman. It's Bo Dallas. Bronson Reed just shoves him aside. Bo Dallas in there. Meantime, look at the two big men struggling in the corner. Goldberg going at it with Braun Strowman. And who's going to be the next entrant here in the Rumble? Rey Mysterio.
Well, we mentioned Rey earlier on. This is a guy who's coming at number 1 and won the Royal Rumble, then went on to win the World Championship at WrestleMania. Experience matters, and he's got plenty of it.
When it comes to the Royal Rumble, you might say he's got more than anyone else. At least those that are currently in the match. It's Moose! the reigning TNA World Heavyweight Champion Moose. Well, Mysterio not going to get it done this year. We saw Ace Austin earlier. Look at this, Moose and Goldberg.
Yeah, I want a ticket to that one.
Bronson Reed is gone. Moose and Goldberg, give me a break. There it is. And now Lesnar, the return of the Beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar.
Look at what you got in the ring right now. Look what you got out there. Goldberg, Moose, Lesnar, Bronson.
Overhead slam on the TNA champion. There's a spear. This is a dream match all by itself, and now Moose takes Bronson Reed up.
And now the Viper Randy Orton hits the Rumble.
He used to go by the moniker of the Legend Killer. There are a few in the ring right now if he has any bullets left in that gun. Look at the names, look at the size, look at the power and strength going on here tonight. Oh, and it only gets better.
Bronson Reed has been eliminated, and Braun Breaker has entered the Rumble.
Fans, this is truly a who's who, not just of the WWE, of all time. Goldberg trying to eliminate Brock Lesnar, but got picked off by Bronson Reed. Oh, I beg your pardon, Braun Breaker.
Well, Moose was trying to put main event Jay over. Not going to happen, at least not yet.
And the count continues as we get ready for the next entrant here in the Royal Rumble. Who's it going to be this time? A-Town down. Lesnar is gone.
Goldberg put out Lesnar.
Moose trying to put out Goldberg, but Goldberg able to turn the weight. Austin Theory now locking up with Braun Breaker, has him up against the ropes. Again, no friends in the Royal Rumble.
Only opponents and opportunity. That's the only two things you got out there.
Moose now with Goldberg on a running power slam. Seth freaking Rollins.
You know, I'm going to say it, and I say it again. The name recognition in this Rumble is absolutely off the charts.
And Moose has eliminated Bo Dallas from the Royal Rumble. And Moose is gone courtesy of Randy Orton.
Once again, the body's starting to fall. Moose not real happy about it.
Spear like Goldberg.
Well, you got to think that Braun Breaker might be part of the reason Goldberg is here.
And he eliminates him. Goldberg eliminates Braun Breaker. Main event, Jey Uso hanging on to the top rope. He is not eliminated. Feet must hit the floor.
kidding me? The final boss is back. Rock bottom.
Seth Rollins, Austin Theory going at it. Goldberg ties up right now with a People's Champ. Has him up. It's Roman Reigns. The Tribal Chief definitely wants the World Championship back around his waist. And the easiest way to get that done is to win the Royal Rumble. Main event, Jey Uso no longer a participant in the Rumble. Who's next? Jacob Fatu!
Oh, did you see that? He just ran and just bumped shoulders with his brother.
Seth freaking Rollins been eliminated as well. Didn't see what happened to him, but he is gone. And it's Goldberg locking up with Roman Reigns. And now it's The Rock and Roman.
This is the interaction that people have been waiting for a long time now.
Roman Reigns has got The Rock up and he's going to do it. He's going to eliminate the People's Champion.
We know one thing, that is not going to sit well with the final boss.
Roman Reigns taking out The Rock here at the Rumble. CM Punk is in the Rumble. And then there was one, John Cena.
My math says all 30 men, I believe, are in the ring.
CM Punk and Roman Reigns. A couple of Paul Heyman guys going at one another. There's the RKO. Jacob Fatu laid out by Randy Orton. John Cena's about to be eliminated.
He hangs on to that bottom rope. Cena knows this is one of his best opportunities. He's on a one-year farewell tour, and if he wants to get a shot at the world title, this might be the best chance he's got.
Randy Orton now takes Cena into the turnbuckle. Meantime, Goldberg still in there. Got caught by Randy Orton. CM Punk's down in the corner. Roman Reigns in trouble. Jacob Fatu looking to eliminate the Tribal Chief. Can he do it?
Roman Reigns struggles, but he fights him off.
There was a lot of talk. A lot of people for years wondering, where's Jacob Fatu? Why is he not joining the Island of Relevancy? And the talk amongst his own clan was that he's too much of a wild card, too much of a track record, unpredictable, and indeed he is a force to be reckoned with. RKO on Cena.
Goldberg's been busted open. He's in trouble.
Double team and CM Punk got squashed.
Well, you talk about John Cena wanting to make this happen. We talk about Goldberg knowing that they need to make this happen. CM Punk's in that battle as well. These are guys that don't have a lot of time left in the ring. They are definitely on the downside of a great career in each case. Roman Reigns is eliminated. The Tribal Chief eliminated by John Cena. Now he's going after the Samoan Werewolf. CM Punk is out. Well, I'll tell you something right now. As we get down to the final four, Goldberg, to me, is fighting like the man who watches. Well, there he goes. Randy Orton, the Samoan Werewolf, John Cena. One of these three men will be going to WrestleMania. Cena tied up in the corner. Look at this. Jacob Fatu just watching. Nice leapfrog right there. Cena catches him off the ropes. Back body drop. We are down to 3. John Cena has him tied up in the ropes now. Back elbow finds the mark. Belly to belly suplex. Well, again, this was the Legend Killer at one point in time. He's now become the Legend, so he's got to be careful with that nickname. But what bigger target could he have here right now than John Cena? Cena just shook it off and comes right back at Randy Orton. The battle rages on. These three men, which one's going to punch their ticket to WrestleMania? They are fighting as if their life's on the line right now. Randy Orton has got Cena, couldn't hold him. 15 yards right there in the NFL, perfectly legal in the Royal Rumble. Attitude adjustment. Jacob Fatu comes bowling through. Oh, John Cena, I thought he's going for the ride. Cena has him up. Sit out, slam, and down goes Jacob Fatu. And now perhaps Cena and Randy Orton working together, at least momentarily. And now Jacob Fatu is going to have to fight his way out of this one. He's in trouble. Randy Orton. Well, he tried, but he couldn't get Jacob over. We talk about what Jacob Fatu did to Braun Strowman recently at Saturday Night's main event. Let's not bury the headline. Jacob Fatu received some of the loudest ovation of the night. And there is the RKO on John Cena. Over the top rope, Cena hangs. And he manages to stay off elimination. Jacob Fatu cannot believe that John Cena has not been eliminated. Nice move by Cena to stay alive again. John Cena is giving everything he's got. He knows this is his best chance on the farewell tour to guarantee himself a chance at becoming the 17-time World Heavyweight Champion. Now the double team coming in as both of these men, I believe, realize that John Cena's a serious problem. Pop up, Samoan drop, and Randy Orton was ready. Fights his way out of it. Fatu tied up on the ropes. Randy Orton going to try and eliminate him if he can. Hanging on for all he's worth. He's gone. And now it's John Cena and Randy Orton, who is going to punch their ticket for WrestleMania. Clothesline. Cena is gone. Randy Orton is going to WrestleMania.
tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Acknowledge me. No one in over 35 years has held a world title longer than Roman Reigns. Still alive! The ultimate needle mover in God mode himself! This is my ring, my WWE! Who can stop the head of the table? Roman Reigns! What could this possibly mean for the bloodline?
Consequences lead change.
Solo Sikoa has built an unstoppable machine. Roman Reigns has been sacrificed at the altar of Solo. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Holy hell!
Just enough to remind me why I don't watch it. Oh, this is already funny. Just the headline. The list of moves and actions that are now banned from AEW or need to be approved by the company.
Maybe that's why Nash is pissed off, because he went for Brock and Austin and not try to duplicate him.
Well, it'd be easier to duplicate him. You only have to learn 5 moves.
Like you said, and we've all been saying, Tony Khan, you need a hierarchy, and he gets one, and then we make fun of it.
Because he's sitting back there talking about the Brock match, and it's finally we had a wrestling match. Finally, we got 2 guys telling a story. They weren't outside in the ring the whole time. One of them
Was he not watching the same match as we were?
Yeah, those games, man, I would say, like, for me, like, the best ones, I would say, are, like, the ones where they try to get a certain, like, time.
This is my entire IT team right here on screen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Wrestle Chat with Vince McMahon. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Nation Network. Hope you enjoyed the Royal Rumble. I was happy with most of that. Lil Mayo was mentioning no music at the end of the Rumble when the participants won. I don't know what's going on in this damn game. It's 2K, right? So expectations are never going to be super high. But all in all, the way things turned out, I was happy with it. Hope you guys were too. Busy day today, and I don't have a whole lot of time left. So we're going to kind of get through things here a little bit quickly. But I do have stuff I want to talk about. Obviously, the big news is the information on the 2K25 game that'll be coming out shortly. So we'll jump into that in just a moment. But before we get there, there's a couple of other things here that I would like to go over. I'm going to guess the majority of us either watched Monday Night Raw on Netflix or, like me, watch it on Daily Motion. And even if you didn't, I am willing to bet that you probably saw. Give me a second here while I find this is what I'm looking for, right? Yes. You probably saw this, and if you didn't, buckle up. It's brutal.
Gentlemen, I'm serious about this. Somebody's got to check McDonough after that. McDonough's lucky he doesn't. Gentlemen, I'm serious.
Watch JD McDonough. Good Lord.
Gentlemen, I'm serious about this. Somebody's got to check McDonough after that.
That's unfreaking believable. I saw that clip. I hadn't watched Raw because I have to wait till the next day to see it. And it doesn't matter. I wouldn't watch it live anyway just because I like to skip through the stuff I don't want to see. And when I saw that clip, I was like, I don't know, did that happen early in the show, late in the show, whatever? And it says, is he dead? Because that is probably the most brutal bump I've ever seen. Maybe botch is the better word. And part of what I find interesting about that, I guess is the word I'll use, is Jay and I were just talking after we went off the last chat. And he was asking about my thoughts of the new table. I didn't realize there was a new table. And he says, yeah, it's like they made it a little bit more sturdy. Good news for JD that they got a sturdy table. I've hated this table for so long. I've called it out for so long. And if this is indeed a more structured table than what we've had in the past, which has been very unreliable, don't let them use the table anymore at all. Now, I don't think he was supposed to hit the table there. I think body positions were just god-awful. Somehow, and I can't figure out for the life of me, JD got up and finished that match. I'll say this. His heel days are over. He comes back, he is the biggest babyface out there. That crowd, the only person in the last week that's gotten a bigger pop than him was another guy who's supposed to not be a babyface. And I think you know who I'm talking about. That was such a brutal shot, and he finished the match. This is like a Mick Foley level, Hell in a Cell level, because later in the match, I don't have this clip, and I think it was Eric. And let's say this right now. Ivar and Eric, I don't think anyone in the ring, including the referee, I don't think anyone in the ring realized the hit he took. Okay, obviously everyone at the announce desk did, and they were calling it out. But I don't think anyone in the ring realized just how bad it was, because later in the match, I don't remember if it was Ivan or Eric. I'm not sure which one. But they did basically a reverse go-to-sleep type of move where they, dropped him and brought the knee up to the back of the neck and the head in the same fucking spot. And there was some contact with it. I mean, you can't not have contact. And I'm just sitting here going, what the bloody fuck? Y'all trying to kill this guy. So, yeah, he is like massively over right now. That crowd, you can't not respect him. So he's going to come back to a major pop. He's going to be, so it turns out the injuries are broken ribs, punctured lung. They didn't mention anything about concussion. I can't find it even possible he doesn't have a concussion after that. But they didn't mention that part. And he posted on Twitter to let everybody know, listen, I'll be all right. It's going to be a couple of months. Broken ribs, funny thing. It depends. And where are we now? February. Look, he'll be making an appearance at WrestleMania. We know that. It'd be interesting to see if he can be physical by WrestleMania in some way or another, because he's going to get the fucking biggest pop. So that was that part. It was really, really brutal. Really, really brutal. The other thing, and I just saw this before I went on with the Rumble, and I thought it was definitely worth sharing. So those of you that don't know, Marcus Buff Bagwell has gone through a rough stint in his life, obviously, after his active wrestling career. He still does some, house shows, things like that. But so far as his main event days and things of that nature, and he's turned his life around. Good for him. But he's in a program, and part of that program requires certain things have to be done in certain ways. And apparently he didn't manage to, keep to all of those things the way he was supposed to. So with that in mind, this video was posted yesterday.
So today we're just here to tell everybody that I'm good. If this is please don't fall into the rumors and Bagwell did it again, he's relapsed. I want all my fans and people to know that I am doing great. This is called a jail sanction.
What exactly is a jail sanction?
A sanction is something that you get in trouble for in the DUI court, but it could be late. I get a sanction for being late, and you get a 3-day jail sanction like I've got. A sanction's it means you've done something wrong. It means you violated rules, but it could be community service. It could be bench duty is what they call it. It could be a fine.
So I didn't get to watch the whole video because, like I said, it was right before I was already scheduled to go on with the show. And it's up there. You can go and see the whole thing for yourself. It's on Marcus Buff Bagwell. That's the name of the channel. I'm presuming that's his channel. And it's all there. So he's going to serve 3 days. It's not a big deal. And he's perfectly fine with it. But just hearing him tell you what his concern is, because his original arrest was a DUI, when you see the news coming out that Bagwell's been arrested again, it's going to say he's arrested for DUI. And people are going to think, oh, he fell off the wagon, did it again. This guy ain't done shit. He did this video saying, hey, look at what I'm wearing, because when the mugshot comes out, I'll be wearing the same shirt you see me in right now. I'm not drunk. I'm not anything. They get to do that. He wanted to fight it with his lawyers, saying, hey, you can't say it's for DUI because that's not what it's for. But apparently they can do that because that was the original charge, and that's what he's being rearrested on, the original charge and the fact that you didn't do the things you were supposed to do as a result. It is what it is. So anyway, he didn't fall off the wagon. When you see the reports, shit just went wrong. And again, I didn't watch the whole video. He might go in there to mention what his exact infraction was that's going to get him 3 days in. But he's in a really good place. His mind is clear. He's got a good relationship with the Lord, and he's ready to go. So just keep him in your prayers, and know that if you see that he got arrested for DUI, not really. That's not what it's all about. Okay, and then, of course, there was one, and that one is 2K24. They dropped the official trailer today. Everyone and their mother has broken it down. I don't want to break it down too much. I do want to look at it and go over a couple of things that I haven't heard anyone else mention yet that I think is worth mentioning. Starting, let me see if I can find. Hold on a second. Here we go.
The head of the table, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Acknowledge me.
All right, as you take a look at this thing and as it's going here, a couple of things that I picked up on that I haven't heard other people necessarily picking up on. Obviously from the roster, it's a lot of the people we expect to see in the game.
This is my ring, my WWE. Who can
The double
stop
titles.
the head of the table?
And it looks like the storyline version is going to be, of course, around the bloodline.
Consequences lead.
Some of the more interesting aspects of this, though, is this year when you play through these, not the My Rise, but the storyline, is you'll have certain matches where you can change the outcome. Normally you have to follow the story and have the same outcome as it did. In this case, you'll have some, at least, that you can come up with different outcomes in.
The tribal chief runs WWE.
So here's the stuff that I'm looking at. Seth Rollins in the Shield gear. Well, this year it was available in the game, but you either had to spend a lot of money or you had to get real lucky. You had to unlock it, basically, in a Persona card. And it looks like this time around we're getting him as part of the base game with the Shield gear. That makes me think we're probably getting Big Papa Pump as well. I think the ones that were locked this year or very hard to get, I think they're going to be giving those out on this next year's. So that's one of the big things that I haven't heard anyone else mention. They've talked about the Seth Rollins, and they've talked about him in the old attire here from the Shield, but nobody else has kind of mentioned anything about the fact that we had to go through hell to get him this year. I still don't have him. And then, of course, everyone's talking about now you can leap off of the guardrails and stuff, which is cool. And if you're doing an ECW thing, that's going to be really cool. And as usual, there are going to be 3 different variations of the game that you can choose from and to try and determine what it is you want to get. Pricing is about the same as it's been the last couple of years. And then this, we've got the Island of Relevancy, but only on PS5 or Xbox, whatever the newest version of Xbox is. I think it's X, but don't quote me because I'm not an Xbox person.
We are now.
So that's still, I don't know, how many people? I mean, any of you guys are still on PS4? I mean, I don't know if there's that many left, but it does kind of suck if you're on PS4. It seems like that's going to be a pretty big addition to the game. So we know they're going to have additional matches that we haven't seen in the past. So looking forward to that. They are bringing back a better universe mode, if it fucking works, which includes bringing interviews and promos back. So that was something sorely needed, and having promos back in the game does make me say, maybe this is, not going to suck completely. I was hoping that we'd have create a story mode, and we haven't heard yet 100%. I feel like they're dropping the ball by not having that at this point, because that was so cool. Not only could you create a story and run it, but you could also upload it for the community, and then they could just download your stories and play through them, not necessarily knowing what they're going to be. So the fact that we don't have that kind of bums me out a little bit, but it's all what it is. What do we get here? I want to start Lil Mayo's there. I want to start a WCW NWA, Golden Era Universe. Any suggestions for what year base my roster around? Dude, that's entirely up to you. I mean, when I do my stuff, it's always based on what I'm feeling. So, like with the XWF this year, it was something different. I hadn't done XWF. It still brings a lot of the stars that I was growing up with that I like. So that's what I did. As I can take I've done so much WWF and the superstars of wrestling from the Hogan era and all that. By the way, one of the names that some of you may not have heard that's going to be in the game is Brother Love. I'm guessing as a manager only. I don't see him being playable. But Brother Love going to be in the game. And I was like, that's pretty fucking cool. We never had a Brother Love. So when I see that, it makes me start to think, what do I want to do when I've got first-time player or characters in the game that have never been in the game before? What do I want to do with that? They also talk about a roster of 300, which is pretty massive. What I haven't heard yet, and I'm not holding my breath, is how many created slots we're getting. It's been 100 forever. And I would like to see that move up to 200. It's not, even 150 for the love of God. Especially if you're starting to do stuff where it's PS5 only, then that should be part of it. Like if it's a memory thing, then PS4 you get 100, but PS5 you get 150. That's how I feel about it. Yeah, the promos and interviews, that definitely looks like it could be a pretty cool thing. Long overdue. All right, let's take a look at what they're offering up in the packages here. Like I said, I do have a run. So your standard edition, it's what it always is, $70. You get the game, you get the Wyatt 6-pack, and you get the 2K24 standard edition of the game. Oh, they're giving away the 2K24? Oh, I didn't know that part. So if you haven't bought 2K24, you're basically getting 2 games for the price of 1. That's weird. I never, out of everyone talking about different shit, I never heard that part. It's kind of weird to me that they would do that. The Dead Man edition. Now, here's another thing that frustrates me a little bit. I know I'm going to get the Bloodline edition, right? But I would rather have the Dead Man cover. Now, it's going to be digital anyway, so it really won't matter. And eventually I will go out and buy the physical copy, but like a year later. Like I'm just now starting to look at a 2K24, a used copy of that. Just because I want to have physical copies. But I want the Dead Man cover because that's going to be badass. And I don't think I have anything that's got the Undertaker on the cover. Could be wrong, but nothing coming to mind, that's for sure. For $99, let's call it $100, $99.99. $100, you get the Dead Man edition. It's supposed to have, so you got the Dead Man edition bonus pack. Let's see if they go into detail here. What I've heard is it's going to have a variation. No, I don't want to buy it. I want information on it. You're not going to give me information? Or is this it? Okay, sorry. Damn near almost bought that son of a bitch. The My Faction Persona cards, we're going to get Uncle Howdy, Dexter Loomis, Nikki Cross, Joe Gacy, Eric Rowan. So that'll give us all that stuff. The Island Cosmetics for the PS5 only. Again, kind of a sticking it to the other people. But Uncle Howdy mask and Nikki Cross mask, I'm not sure how big a deal that really is. I don't know if I'd lose any sleep over it. Okay, what do we got going on here? Pre-order bonus offer is available through March 13th. Uncle Howdy mask cosmetic included for PlayStation 5 version only. Pre-order bonus offer available through the 13th. We already said that. Rule Beyond the Ring. In a franchise first, step outside the ropes and onto the island, The Island of Relevancy. For PS5, an immersive WWE-themed world filled with epic arenas, challenges, and live events. Fight to join the bloodline with the original Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, as you upgrade and customize your My Superstar through multiple storyline chapters. See, and I was under the impression that the island is kind of like going to be like you just walk around and jump off of shit and you can fight each other on the island. And maybe you can, but from that, it almost looks like it's just a hub. 2K Showcase, that's the word I was looking for, Showcase. The Bloodlines Dynasty with all new showcase hosted by the wise man Paul Heyman celebrates one of the most historic family dynasties in wrestling. I feel like it's just too current. And I don't know. It just normally the showcase is going to bring legends out and stuff like that. They are not doing the slingshot video, by the way, this year. So as you're playing through different matches in showcase mode, when it does the cutscene, it's going to cut to in-game content still. So you're not going to have the real life, which is good for streamers because that real life video stuff was getting copyrighted all over the damn place. And you really couldn't stream it very much. Again, my channel, I don't worry about any of that because I'm not monetizing anything. But for those that do, it kind of ruins it. So the fact they're not doing that this year means they'll be able to stream the whole thing. Expanded gameplay, intergender wrestling matches, its long-awaited debut in a 2K franchise. Or its long-awaited return to the gaming franchise, however you want to look at it. Additional features include the return of chain wrestling. That's a plus. Underground match and the Bloodline rules match types. Thinking a Bloodline rules match is just stupid, realistically, because it's a no DQ match. We already got that. Barricade, diving, and more. My GM. I've never been a My GM guy. I'm not going to probably start now, but take your show on the road with My GM now featuring online multiplayer. Draft WWE superstars and legends to your show's roster and lead your brand through multi-week seasons. For people that like that, and there's a lot of people that do. I'm just not one of them. Your universe, your way. Well, they always say that, don't they? New upgrades give greater control over your universe experience, featuring commentary-driven promos with new cutscenes, branching choices, and multiple outcomes. That's the thing that's got me excited, but then I tell myself it's 2K, it's not going to work. We'll see. A unified My Rise. Take control. Yeah, so they don't have like a men's version and a women's version. Now you take control of your superstar from the women's or men's division in a single multi-gender My Rise storyline where Bayley, Kevin Owens, and other superstars infiltrate NXT in an attempt to take control of the entire WWE universe. Good Lord, where's Lex Luger when you need him, right? A roster for the ages. 2K25 brings you an unparalleled lineup of current superstars, legends, and Hall of Famers. A 300-plus stacked roster spans multiple generations and features Seth freaking Rollins, Undertaker, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Jade Cargill, and more. All those names we completely knew were going to be in the game, so nothing new there. Oopsie. And then as we go to the Bloodline Edition... Did it again, didn't I? Everything we saw earlier. Pre-order bonus available. Blah, blah, blah. Ruly on the ring. What's different? I'm not seeing anything different. You got the Wyatt 6. Let's go this route. So you got 2K25, 2K24 Standard Edition. Again, most people already have that. Up to 7 days early access. We already got that with the Undertakers. The Bloodline Edition bonus pack. I'm not sure I've heard what the bonus pack itself actually is. I don't know if anybody knows what that is. Drop it in the comments. Dead Man Edition bonus pack, which again, that's going to be what I heard is a 1990 version of the Undertaker, which basically is his debut time, right? For all the Undertakers we've ever got, I don't know that we've had a really good early version of the Dead Man, so that might be good. Ringside Pass gets you all the DLCs, the Wyatt 6 pack. I can't imagine having this game and not getting that. The Rock Nation of Domination pack, which will give us, at the very least, The Rock in his Nation of Domination with a one of those cards there that you can then use online as well as in your game offline. And again, the 2K24 Standard Edition. So, things that I wonder about, with The Rock, for example, or I should say with the Bloodline Edition and the fact that they are talking about the history. They have an updated version of Umaga. They've got Yokozuna. I'm sitting here wondering, okay, they're going to go back in history of the family. I almost feel like you would throw in High Chief Maivia and Afa and Sika, especially with their recent passings, in the last year or so. So I'm hoping those three names end up in the game. And did I mention Rocky Johnson? Rocky Johnson was definitely one of my favorites. So it would be very nice if finally, they had him in the game. It would be cool to see that. All right, well, that's what I got so far. Let me check on what you guys got going on here. I might get the Bloodline Edition for that Rock Nation. Yeah. I want to see a little bit more of what all these packs include. Of course, we all want to know what's going to be happening so far as... And by the way, March 7th is the early date. So that's when we'll be going live, March 7th. But yeah, everybody kind of wants to know what the DLCs are going to consist of. I still say there's definitely going to be a TNA pack. I cannot imagine they're not going to. They've just signed Jordan Grace for, I think, a 3-year deal. So you've got the Motor City Machine Guns. You got Jordan Grace. You got Joe Henry, who's been in. And all that. So I see that as a 4-pack for sure. Assuming they don't add any other names to that. Hooper is going to have his birthday on the release date. On the early release or the release? It's a week apart, man. Is it the 7th or the 14th? My GM online with friends is a great idea. Now add it to Universe Mode. Again, I can't say enough how much I wish Universe Mode had some sort of a create a story mode. A Ruthless Aggression Era Showcase. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is... Doing the Bloodline, it's current. And I want, for the showcase, I want it to be something more past tense. Hooper's on the 14th. Okay. We'll keep you in mind. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm looking forward to it. I would say I'm still going to wait before I actually decide to buy it. I keep coming back to the fact that we just know it's not going to work. It's broken, and now they're adding all this new shit, and the more shit they add, the worse it's broken. We just got to be honest now. Call a spade a spade. So for that reason, I'm still hanging back, but I feel I'm going to buckle this time. I was sitting out last year. And that's because the year before's game really left so much to be desired. And the one before that, let's all be honest, it was a train wreck. But then the girlfriend went out and bought it for me. So I was like, And if I end up bitching and moaning, then she's going to end up doing it again. I don't want that to happen. So I'll probably end up ponying up the money for that. So Ken Rogers in the house. I've always been fine with the Legends for the most part. This current year, 2K24, I think has the best roster I've ever had so far as the mix is concerned. Having Muda in the game was just such a pleasure to have somebody like that in the game. Superstar Billy Graham was the reason I was bitching about it so much and why she finally bought it. And then I hardly ever used him. So that's why I wonder about some of these early things is like, am I going to use the damn thing? I mean, it's cool to have it when it's never been there before. But, I don't know. Like I said, I'm sure I'm probably going to break down. I'm leaning right now heavily towards the Bloodline. I just want to get more information and see what all you're actually going to get for that. Won't have to wait long. Now the news is going to start dropping on a regular basis. You know how this game plays. Over the weeks, we'll get new stuff once, twice a week at least. DLC is a big one. That's one of the biggest ones right there for me and a lot of people. I want to know what the actual final roster is going to look like. And do not Pat McAfee us again, motherfuckers. I can't imagine they would try that shit twice, but you never put anything past them. Do not give us some absolute crap pack that nobody wants. Yeah, and Rogers, you know what, Ken, normally I'm right there with you. And when they came out with all the ECW stuff this year, I thought for sure I'm going to be, and I've got a hell of a roster between, you know, obviously what comes in the game and then the ones that I downloaded from Community Creation. I've got a great roster. They all look good. And then it's like I don't use them. Any of them. And I don't know why, because I love all those guys, man. That was a great time. But, yeah, right now I'm thinking, what do I want to do for next season if I go this route? And I'm not sure. It's like the XWF, I don't know if I want to continue on with that. I think I might wrap that up with this. But I don't know. I'm still in the holding. Hey, I didn't pick up on the XWF idea until probably the day before release. I was still going into the release just like, I'll just muddle around with it and this and that. And then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, the XWF thing just kind of popped in my head. And I said, perfect. I haven't done it and still get to use all the legends. Win-win. And it has been. I've enjoyed doing the XWF stuff. Yeah, Rap Stars and a DLC pack. Do me no favors. Like I said, they caught a lot of slack off the last one, so hopefully they won't make that same mistake twice. All right, boys and girls, thank you for joining me here on the Nation Network. The Royal Rumble. Hope you got a chance to see it. If you haven't, I'm not going to spoil anything. Go watch it back. It was good stuff. I enjoyed it. Hope you do. And then this was an originally unscheduled Wrestle Chat, but like I said, with all this other news that was dropping with JD's injury and with Buff getting arrested, and now the game news dropping today. So I says, well, we'll do a real short one, and that's what we did. I'm so unsure of as 20. Well, let's try this again, Neil. I am so unsure as 24 wasn't the best, and we know it'll take a good few patches. But dude, here's my concern. 24 wasn't half bad at launch. Every patch made it worse. You fixed this, but you broke these two things. All right, we're going to fix those two. And then you broke 3 new things. So, yeah, I mean, launch isn't even my concern anymore. My biggest fear is it's going to work great at launch, because then when the patches come out, they're just going to screw it all up. I don't like being negative. I just can't help it. I'm realistic. I base my life on my experience, and that has been my experience. All right, everybody, I got to run. Thank you for joining me. We'll check you out again next time right here on the Nation Network for more. Well, this is Wrestle Chat this time. Wrestle Chat.